everybody. So today we are going to talk about expanding your market and then also unfollowing and engaging with your current market. So I'm going to keep it brief, but I am open to questions. If this sparks anything that you want to talk about, feel free to throw it below and I will be checking in. So first, I want to talk about expanding your market. And if you guys haven't done your color wheel, then you need to, because this is something that you need to take a look at before you go to Instagram to go try to find your people. You need to know who your people are, which means who are you? So I want you to have some surface level things, like maybe there are brands that you are die-hard loyal to, right? Like it's literally the only thing you will accept, right? Like that is something that is part of your brand, surface level. So even if you're a certain dog lover, that's surface level, okay? So I want you to take your wheel, maybe even if you've done your wheel before, we can redo it. And I want you to split your wheel in half, right? And I want you to at least have like 4 triangles, pie pieces on each side, if not more, okay? But half of the wheel is going to be surface level, and half of the wheel, we're going to get deep. This is one of my strengths, so this is a good one for me to do with you guys, okay? Because if you want to make those connections that are like instant, that you just get each other, then you have to get deep. Because you're not going to get that because you both love the same kind of shoes. So while those things are important with finding your people as well, I'm going to need you to get deep. So I need you to have some things on your color wheel, some things that you just love. Hobbies are good for this one. So hobbies and brands, or, you know, maybe you're like die-hard essential oils, so they go in your wheel, right? Something that you use on the regular, like cannabis is in my wheel, okay? But it's a surface level thing. Cannabis is surface level. Swear words are surface level. Like these are literally the things that are in my wheel, because they're the things that just, one, you kind of have to accept them if you're going to accept me, because we're a package deal. And two, sweary moms unite, and like cannabis people just get each other. So even though these can have deep connections, they're still kind of surface level things for me. So like girl mom, honestly, like I love colors in my hair, like weird stuff like that, right? And then like I'm kind of also like a no makeup kind of person, right? So I don't have that extra stuff on there. So my wheel is going to look different than someone else's. Every wheel will look different. But then on the other half of the wheel, the side where we're going to get deep, I need you to write down 4 of the hardest things you've ever had to deal with or gone through in your life. And I don't want you to compare this to anyone else's. This is your wheel. But I need you to have at least 4 things, and they need to be hard things. Like these are things that you struggle with, right? So anxiety, depression, pain, sad, like those are all alcoholism, those are all going on my wheels, man. Because not only are they the things that I struggle with, they're also my strengths, because they're the things that I've overcome. They are things that I have personal tools to help other people with. So that is definitely going on my wheel. Because that is part of the things that I add value on my page. So those should be the people that you're looking for. Those should be the people that you're reaching out to, because if you're offering value on those things, those people can value from being on your feed and in your life and in your market, okay? So that's our wheel. We're starting there, right? Then think about where you want to start. Maybe you want to start with some of the surface level things. So you go to an account of your favorite brand or of someone you love to follow, and you don't go to you can do this 2 ways. I'm going to give you the way I would recommend the most, and then I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you both ways. I recommend you going to a post of theirs that you like, that you would genuinely comment on. You may comment on it, but then go through the comments and look at the people who are engaging. Because we don't really just care if they have an Instagram account. Like maybe they're one of those people that just follow a million people and like they have 0 posts and they never do anything, right? I want to start with the people who are actively engaging because I want engagement on my page. So you go through the comments and you find those people, and I will tell you. So the other way to do this, and that is why I do it this way, but the other way is you can go through their followers and you can follow people there. If it's an account that I know I'm gonna jive with these people, I can go through the followers. But most of them, I prefer to find a post and go through the comments. And I do tend to find more people that are active and engaging on Instagram in the comments. Instead of those people that it's like, oh, you haven't posted since 2018. Probably not a good match. Right? So, and then in one of the last power hours we did, someone asked if they follow private accounts. And up until that point, I was not. And Rachel made a really good point, and I'm going to share in case you weren't on that happy hour. Rachel's account was private before coaching. I didn't have an Instagram account before coaching. I didn't even know what Instagram was. So I started as a coach with a public account. So it didn't even occur to me that a lot of moms, a lot of women out there have private Instagram accounts. So if there is something in their bio that speaks to you, request it, even if they're private. And then when they follow you back, that's when you go to their page and you engage. And then you put them in a collection. So you go to their page. So now we have found some people. We found a way to find people. So now we go to their pages, we look, we engage. So here's how I connect. Right? So I go to that account, which the account that I'm currently working with, I feel confident sharing, not like anyone else in here really is going to take it from me. And sorry, not sorry, I can't say this without swearing. It's, actually I can, I guess. It's at sober. So at my favorite word, sober, which is perfect for me because they're sweary and they're sober. And that's me. So if you can find an account like that, heck yeah. Like, actually, I have to give Maddie props. She sent me a post from that account and I follow it and I'm like, oh, yeah, like that's me, right? So I've also used cannabis accounts because again, like that's my tribe. That's my vibe. If you have a profession, you guys, teachers, therapists, obviously you're going to connect on a level like that and you're going to have something in common that you like helping people. So like any of those things are good. But so, and with a lot of these people, it's really easy for me to look at their page, not every one of them. So I do have different collections. Right now, I always have a month, whatever month I'm in. So it was October Friends. Now it's November Friends. And then I also have a collection that is Sober Sisters. So that's sober women that I want to connect more with. They go in that category. And so when I go through Sober Sisters, I know I'm already talking to sober people. So I just go in there and connect like we're already sober sisters. And then I also have a collection that is my tribe. Because if I go to someone's page and I'm like, holy crap, like I want to invite this girl today, they go in my tribe. And so now I have these collections to go in and connect with. So I always try to pick a post that definitely speaks interest to me to make that one, the one that I save and collect. But then I'll go through my collections and I'll re-engage at least once a week on these accounts that I've put in my collections. Okay? And before they go into the collection, if they're not private, and when they follow me back, when they accept the request, whatever, then I engage and put them in a collection. So it's what either happens when I follow them or when they accept. And then I do it. But I like some posts that I genuinely like. I make comments that I would genuinely make, and not like just a bunch of emojis. I do speak in emojis, so I definitely do just emoji comments, but I also make sure that there is one post. If I can't find one post that I can't make a genuine comment on, they're probably not my tribe. So, if that's it, and that's kind of a tell. If you go to their page and there's literally nothing for you to like say, maybe they're not the person for you to engage with, right? So I do that. I comment, whatever feels natural. I don't have to have like 5 likes and 3 comments. I just like some, I comment on some, and then I follow them. Sometimes I will send them a message. Usually the message comes the second day. Not like the second day, the day after I followed them, but if I followed them and did one round of engagements, when I go back into that collection the next time to engage, they get a message from me. And most of the time, it's a voice message. And it's something like, if it's a sober sister, I'm shouting her out, I'm celebrating her, I'm giving her props, telling her that I'm a fellow sober sister, and I love anytime anyone shares their journey and helps create awareness for the same thing that I struggle with. You see where I'm going with all these things, right? You have this in common, and they're already sharing it publicly. So if you're finding people who are sharing about their anxiety, who are sharing about their eating disorder, who are sharing about their miscarriages, who are sharing about their infertility, who are sharing about their divorce, who are sharing about their family of addicts, if they're sharing about their bipolar, if they're sharing about alopecia, if they're sharing about cancer, if they're sharing about all these things already, guys, they're already sharing the hard things. They're already fighting through the hard things. And those are the hard things about coaching. So I straight up tell women like, hey, if you can get sober, you can do anything. You can surely do this. And it gives me confidence to invite them. So like having something in those deep, deep roots will help you send that genuine invite, will send that genuine connection, because you do connect on a serious level with them. It's okay, baby. I'm almost done. Come on. And then we'll lay, okay? Oh, your face is so dirty.
Come here.
Okay. So...
Come here.
Please. This is going on YouTube, too. So, all right. Okay. So now we're going to go through second part, part 2. And I want to wrap this up because I want to hop on the power hour. So part 2 is followers, unfollow, and reconnecting with the people who you are following. Because yes, we want to expand our market, but I don't want you to forget about all the people who are already in your market, right? Like, let's not neglect all the people that are already following us. Okay? So this is a 2-part process. You expand to your market, and then you connect with your market, right? So we expand and we add, and then we connect. So however much time you spend on this, I need you to split it in these 2 parts, okay? So I don't just go through and unfollow, right? Because then why did you go through all that work of following the people and connecting? Like that's not what we want to do. So first and foremost, you can go to their page, click their followers, and if you don't see your name at the top, they're not following you. So first things first, I go to their page, I check that. If they are not following me, I look at their page. If they are someone who seems like my vibe or my tribe, I engage. So I like, I comment, I message. Voice message. Here's why voice message. You can't copy and paste it. It's authentic. It's you. Okay? So one of my coaches was really struggling with invites, and I told her this week, you are not allowed to copy and paste anything. It all has to be genuine. I wanted to, each one has to be different. Like, if this is not quantity, it's quality. Okay? So I re-engage. At that point, I probably leave them on there to follow. Like, I'm still following them, right? Even if they're not following me back, I just re-engaged if I think they're my tribe. And I will give it to the next time I go back and check. If they're still not following me, then I may unfollow. Okay? Because it's not really doing me much good if they're not going to follow me back. If they are following me, I also re-engage. And so I engage again. And then if I think this person is really my tribe, I put them in a collection. So I kind of do that twice. One, bringing in new followers to the engagements in the collections. Then I go back through my current followers, people I'm following, and I go and I see if any of them have followed me back yet. If they have not, I re-engage again. If I look at their page, if they're not following me back and I look at their page and I'm like, you know what? I don't really have that much to engage with. Like, maybe you followed them. I followed a lot of people before I really before I came out of the candle closet. But so I lose followers every day. I lose followers every day. I lose followers every time I post about cannabis, but I also gain a bunch of followers. And keep this in mind too, because I'm always engaging with new sober people, I talk about my sobriety. So if you are engaging with people about your anxiety or your eating disorder, you need to be sharing about it too. On your page and in your stories, maybe something in your bio. If it's something that you're open about like that, it needs to be involved in there. If you're relating, if it's your dog, then your dog needs to be in a picture, like recently too. So whatever you're looking at to engage with people on, to connect with people about, like whenever you're searching for that hashtag or that page, ask yourself, like, is this something that I talk about? Because if you're searching vegan and you never talk about being a vegan, they're not going to follow you back. They're not going to follow you back. You have to have something interesting on your page that interests them. So I recommend you searching in the areas of the things that you share, if that makes sense. This is how we skip a couple steps and make sure that we have that connection. All right. That's all I have. So I hope this was helpful. Please let me know if it was or not. If you have any questions, please share them below and I will be in and out to answer them. But congrats for being in here, guys. Congrats for doing the work. And let's all push like mother hustlers to make sure we're in here again next month.